Hey gang, I'm back. So, been a few days since I made a video, but we're back. Turbo Mustang project. Today, we're going to work on that intake pipe a little more, maybe make a little more room in our hole over there, and try to get this stuff connected up. So, buckle up. Let's go. Okay. You ever noticed? I say okay a lot. I go, okay, 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 okay. Get my Sharpie right there, put it back where I know where it is. What we're going to do, take this stuff off. Oh, I may leave that on there because it's kind of hard to get back on and off. So we're going to, what in the heck is that hole for? A little distracted there. We're going to try to open up this hole just a little more, maybe by just grabbing onto it from the inside with some pliers and just kind of bending it down. Maybe not go full rabid raccoon on it. We'll see. Let me find probably channel locks or vice grips. See if we can do this. Ooh, where am I at? Vice grips first. Just kind of grab it, work it down a little bit at a time here. Come on, where'd you go? Oh, wow. That kind of. I just made holes in that. Just made holes. That's kind of surprising. Maybe end up being rabid raccoon after all. Let me try these. So they're a little bigger. I'm very good at making things look terrible. Very good at making a decent cut and then coming back later and then making it look terrible. Just kind of what I'm doing right now. Let's see if we're getting anywhere. I'm going to put these. Let's set them right there. Trying to get this thing opened up just, well, that's big enough to go through now. Maybe that won't be just completely visible. Let's try this. What were you trying to do the other day? What is happening? Go down. Come on. Just want to test it. I want to get that coupler in that spot. You know what I needed? What I should do? Instead of doing that, like this. Oh yeah. Come on, wiggle in there. That is not bad. I think that'll actually even kind of cover up my rabid raccoonness. I got some elbows right here. See what we can kind of piece together here. Oh, whoa. There was already an elbow in here. Forgot that was already in there. This is going to be a tight turn. Where did all that dirt come from? Oh, boy. What are we going to do? I mean, that's going to be Got lots of pieces here. Got 3 pieces that basically need a U, almost need a U shape. Okay, we'll do it just like we did the downpipe. We'll just kind of start and work our way. So that piece. What we might do, since I'm working in the fender well, might just wiggle you guys right over into the fender well too. Yeah, maybe you can see that. See, we got our turbo outlet here, and we got our inlet right there. So we basically got to go from here to there, which is pretty tight. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it's a pretty tight turn to get from there to there. There to yonder. It's not really much of a yonder because it's pretty close. You got this piece. You know what? Where's my Sharpie? Kind of. May want to go trim this guy. Well, that's not a bad angle. I might put that back in there for a second. Turn that back. You know, I might be able to. Let me get my Sharpie. Let's do a little marky mark. Little guesstimation there. Gotta keep this up tight so it's not gonna interfere with the front tire. Tell you what, I'm gonna head back to the bandsaw. I'm gonna zip this dude off right there. And we're gonna come back and see how it fits. Be right back. Now I'll tell you that little bandsaw back there, the little Harbor Freight black one I have back there is awesome for cutting off stuff like this. Because you can just, it'll just buzz it off. Whoop. Nice and perfect. Now, what we were doing was we were wiggling that guy up in there. Kind of like this. It's not very straight. Only thing is you can wiggle and turn and twist. That's not gonna work. What did I do? That was terrible. That's a terrible idea. And that might fit, except now that seems like it's too short. What's going on here? This dude needs to scoot in. Where's I need another coupler. Coupler. I know I've got one. Where'd I put the silly things? Someday I'm gonna have to clean this place up. Today is not that day. Oh my goodness. Huh. So 100% sure I had more of them things sitting around here. And I don't see them anywhere. In here, lots of pieces. Lots of, well, what the heck? I'll have to find them. But not right now. So we'll do it a different way. Without a coupler. What we should do is pull this one out. Come on, get over there. Stick that one back in there. I know. You can't see what I'm doing. All right. What I want to do, which end did I have? Put a coupler on right here. If I can turn my camera just a little bit. Hello, camera. Maybe you can pick up a little more of what I'm doing here. I guess I could always. We got a big U shape here. I guess I could always raid one off of my green car. Now that's like wanted the right way, but it's a long ways from where I want it. What if I flip it around the other way? That's much more like the direction I wanted. Oh, that's not. Looks good down here, but it looks terrible. Looks terrible up there. Okay. Let's go back to. Let's look at our pieces. Let's look at our available. Well, that was longer. Our available pieces here. Maybe we should do this differently. Not that way. We got some more options here. Ooh. See, I'm not too. It's going too straight that way. It needs to go. Needs to be more that way and not that way. More. Can you see my fingers? More that way and not. More that way and not that way. So how can we do that? Oh, is that doing what I want to do? That is not doing what I want to do. Pull that back out. Try it this way this time. Oh. I just got my face in front of the camera. My head. Yeah. Getting closer. Hamana. Let's see. Come on, get back out there. Now, this may take some time to figure out. That's a long one. That one's a little shorter. It's got a pretty. If I can put those two little pieces together that have bends that are a little more than 90. And I like that part, sort of. Except, get in there. Except, whoa, that's like way short. Way short. We should work it. We need the long piece. Those two are basically the same size, within a quarter of an inch. Let's try it with this. What I should do is do the long snout. Maybe what I could do. Wow. That would have to turn really sharp. Okay, it's not going to work. That's going to be less than a 90 degree. That's where we're talking. Yeah. We got long ones. Let's get the two long ones. Come on. This is like mix and match. Rama. Get on there. Don't want that long piece coming out. I don't know that I want it that far out there because then it's a long ways from the other tube. And I've got some straight pieces, but then I just have to put a weirdo short straight piece, which would be kind of strange. This way. I want the long end of that one through there. I think I need to straighten out that cut. Let's go buzz it just a hair. See how that piece is not. If I buzz it back maybe to right about there, I think I might have a better shot. Let's go chop it. Okay, basically you just got to kind of creep up on it. I don't want to cut it too much. I don't know any way to put this back together. I'm not a TIG welder. I don't have a TIG welder. So that kind of limits some of the stuff I can do. It needs to rotate. Hey, come back here. Pull that out and look at it. Okay. That guy kind of has to go. Well, that's terrible. That's not even close. Not even remotely close to being the right direction. What's happening here? By the way, that needs to come out of there like this. It should do. Does that look? Let's do something like this. Get an idea. Do a little Sharpie marky. Come here. Where's that piece? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these two pieces right here, and I'm gonna tape them together with blue tape. Just for mock-up uses and purposes. Maybe. Seemed to work well with the down pipe. We were able to mock stuff up with that. Okay. Taped together. If that goes up in there, slides into that piece, that kind of puts that into an impossible angle. So that was not a good move. Still not. It needs to come out quite a ways. I just trimmed things off too short. What did I do? Look, I don't really like that maneuver. Let's flip that one around. We got the short one. This is the short one. Okay. Yep. let's undo our tape. Not thrilled with that scenario. Yeah, I'm going to go back to my short ones. I would love to keep this tucked in as tight as possible here. I'm not sure how we can do that. That one's just pretty much a smooth up 90-degree bend, which, if that would, this looks great right there, but it looks terrible on the other side. Mainly because of how far that thing is over there. Well, I keep going back to this. Maybe if I just rotated that differently. Oh. I mean, sometimes this stuff takes the longest of anything when we're messing with turbo kits or making your own stuff. I mean, if you're buying a pre-made kit, of course, it's not any big deal because you just put it together. But if you're like me and you're having to piece this together, this part can be frustrating and time-consuming. How far is that in there? Kind of like. How far are those marks? These are a ways apart now. Sharpie. Let's look again. Let's tape. What did I do with the lid? Okay. Let's tape again. Come here, you little piece. We using the same pieces again that you tried just a second ago, but I rotated it and made a new mark. So we'll use our tack weld tape here. It's just a whole lot easier than tack welding, quicker, and I don't burn my fingers. And that slips up in there. And then we really just need a small, hard 90 right there at the, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get that tight. Because it's got to be a 90. That's basically a 90 right there. Shoot, shoot. I'm not going to be able to turn it at a right angle. Let's slide that back out again. Once upon a time on my green car, I was trying to figure this out, and I just accidentally stuck a couple of things together, and it worked. It was like magic. Oh wow, it fits. This one is not having that sort of situation with this one yet. Now that. So this shoves back in, but then it goes, it's way back over there. Oh, this is getting frustrating me. Mainly because I have to look upside down to see in here. And I don't want to have to make 900 turns to get where I need to go. Go on, get back out of there. Back out. Actually, these pipes were steel. This would actually be easier because I wouldn't be concerned with cutting too much off, because I'd be like, well, I cut too much off. Okay, let's weld it back on. Can't do that with this stuff. Almost wish. It'd be nice if I could just keep that in one single plane. And not two planes. Basically one plane of like this, curve out, curve in, and not curve out, turn, and do all kinds of weird stuff. So that means, you know what, it might be beneficial. Where's my mat? It might be beneficial to lay underneath this instead of looking up in the fender well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Looking up, instead of looking in the fender well, looking at it from below. That is like so much better. It's unbelievable. The only problem is when I move stuff, dirt falls in my face. Ugh. That's the only problem. See if that dude goes there. Yeah, let's think about this. Has to go in there. I can kind of cheat that a little bit. Well, where's the Sharpie? Just gonna do some. So I've got three big, basically 90-degree pieces. That one is going over 90. That's kind of part of the problem. You know what? We might end up cutting it. Because my tape just came loose. Yeah, crud. Okay, back it up. Back it up, Terry. Back it up. Yep. Lost my tape. Forget, we're trying to reuse tape. It's not super sticky. If you try to reuse it, it's even less so. Where is the marky marks? Some of you people don't even know who Marky Mark is. More brand new tape. Stuck. This car has a little stubby rubber antenna on it, and it works great to hang things on, like a roll of tape. And that can go in that way. Now, maybe I should lay down again and look up at it. Let me get all of my pieces that I can eyeball with. Yep, that one. That's kind of my cheap piece because the angle is not concentric. It's a little over. But if I were to put it, the problem is I probably need to trim both pieces, and I'm chicken to start chopping them, because then I don't want to end up with pieces that don't fit nothing. I'm terrible at this. What did I do? Like, oh gosh, I need the Sharpie. Yeah, oh, there it is. I found it. It's actually down here with me. What to do? That thing's gonna jam in there and rotate. And if we came right straight across both tubes, would that work? Nope. Maybe more this way. Well, here goes nothing. May end up with 47. Might end up with 47 different. Where is that mark at? Okay, I'm going to pause you guys. I know you've just been enthralled with the videography so far. Okay, we're back. Maybe I should change your angle there. I don't know. I don't know if that's any better. I think that's a better spot. Or was it better right there? Yeah, probably is. A little more area. Okay, where's my piece? The tape came off again. I have no idea what I did with it. New tape. Oh. Make my marks again. I had 2 cameras. I guess I could. Got a couple of GoPros. I could do some GoPro stuff. The only problem is getting the GoPro footage into my phone because I do all my editing on my phone. So that would make things a little more difficult. What is it? There it is. Oof. This piece. And which one did I just cut? I don't even know. I think it was this one. Stick that guy back up in there. Yeah, I made a mistake when I was talking on the video, the last video, number 30, about the blow-off valve. Caught it after I videoed it. Blow-off valve. I mean, I said vents, vacuum. Didn't have my brain turned on. It vents boost. So when turbo, when you let off the gas, you slam the throttle shut, boost pressure skyrockets in the intake tube and all this piping here. So if you don't have a blow-off valve, then it either surges back to the turbo or it pops one of these dudes off. And we don't need any of that kind of stuff. You know what? I might be able to. May just have figured it out. Come on, get in there. Almost. Oh, get in there. Oh. Let me hop up, take a look. Let's see if I just unplugged everything. Well, I did. I did unplug everything. No, I'm like a half an inch. 3/4 of an inch too short up here. What? Oh, maybe I can rotate that. That's not the piece no. Oh, I think I can do some rotational. Maybe. Which way? Look, I'm doing pretty good here, actually. What's in there? can rotate that way. Get in there. Overlap there, overlap there. That's in the turbo. Ah, you know what? I think I may have just done it. Well, let's pop you off. See if you can see what I'm doing here. A little bit of light. Okay, so basically we've routed our boost tube, put our clamps on there. I think that'll be up out of the way. I think maybe that'll work, provided everything's still connected on this side. Excuse me. Paul and me had to cough a little bit. That one is overlapped. Well, that's not bad. That's in there. Have to give me a coupler for right here. I probably need to trim back just a hair right there. And I think maybe that might be okay. Wow. Struggle, and then poof. You probably can't see it. Let me turn the light on. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Right out of the turbo, turn the corner, and right on in to the intake. See, sometimes you just work it, and then boom, it pops together just the way you hoped it would work. Sometimes you just got to make that first cut. That first cut sometimes is kind of scary. That it's coming out of the turbo at kind of a weird angle. No, don't fall. That may not be. That may not work. I don't know. I have to wrestle around with it. I may wrestle around with that a little bit off camera, but I'll have a little bit of play right here because these two tubes are just essentially butted right to each other, and with a coupler I'll have a little bit of length I can play with because I was needing just a little bit more there. So awesome. What I might do is go ahead and just put that coupler on there. Now I need to find another one. I need to find bolts for my throttle body because it's not tight yet. So I guess we'll move on to the next thing I want to do right now. Next thing is I want to get this power steering pump off here. Yep, I do. It's got these weirdo bolts on it. And then the fitting over here, I got to get vice grips for because the previous owner, I still got my light turned on. Hold on. Previous owner one of the previous owners went all rabid raccoon on it and chewed up the fitting. So there's like no threads on it. I mean, no flats to put a wrench on. So, well, that wasn't tight at all. Wasn't as tight as I'd hoped it would be. See if we can get that loose. It's probably going to run. You know what? I probably should get a rag or two. Oh, there's one. I don't know if this is going to drain. Anything's going to run out of there or not, but I'm going to stick a rag under it. I really think all of our power steering fluid has run out. Well, there's a little bit in there. Most of it has already run out on the floor. Look at that. The go handle works for holding power steering lines out of the way too. Now, this has a, that's definitely going to leak. How about we take the bolts out first? I have no idea. Maybe that's a weirdo 10 millimeter. It's like a backwards Torx. That's what it looks like. I don't know if I've got anything I can jam on there or not. And with a regular 6-point, that's an 11. Yeah, that's a 10. Maybe a 10 millimeter. Maybe you can get a 10 mil. We're going to give it a whirl. 6.10 millimeter. We'll see if we can pop those loose. Got a distinct feeling I'm not going to put these bolts back in. As with most things on this car, well, that's a weird looking dude. Maybe I am going to put those back on because that is... Well, maybe not. I probably won't put these back in. Got a weirdo head on it. Bolt box. And again, I was expecting that to be really tight, and that was not very tight. Whomever worked on this car was not an ugga-dugga-er, which I guess I shouldn't complain because I'm not breaking bolts, twisting heads off. Come on. Number 2. Really expected these to put up a bigger challenge. And I really don't know why they have... This one might be a little... I really don't know why they have all these. See, they've made these. Oh no, come back here. Time out. Gotta get my socket. I don't know why they've made... I don't know why why they made the spacers to make it fit. I mean, it's actually kind of funny because I think they're glued in there. They're actually washers that they cut a notch in where they could slide them in. No, I can't rotate one of them around to get them out just yet, but seems like a kind of a weird deal because I don't know if they can put them back on that bottom one. Unless they put them in beforehand. Ow! Yeah. Let's see, where can I put my wrench with it not fall on the floor? Bolt number 3. Yeah, there. They made the washer spacers to make it fit. I'm gonna hang on to them because I don't know what their real purpose is, and I need something to wipe my fingers on. Oh man, my mat. Put my mat over here out of the way. I hate it when my mat, I lay it on the floor and then something drips on it and stays on it. And then you get, then the whole purpose of your mat, you know, keeping you off the gooey floor with gunk on it, then your mat gets gunk on it. 2 more spacers. Oh, maybe my little yellow screwdriver was here, but it's not. Where'd that go? It just exited the chat right down here. There it is. That's back. Now our pump is loose. And I don't know why this pump was leaking. But I do know oof. That's disgusting. Okay, let go. Oh my gosh. Just got one of those spring-loaded clamps on it that curse humanity. And there's certain tools and things that, you know, I really, really like. This is not one of them. these kind of little clamps. They seem like a great idea. Stop trying to fall. I guess they make sense on the assembly line, but for anybody beyond that, you just want to murder whoever put them on there. There's a pair of regular pliers. Okay, hose, clamp. I'm going to meet you on the battlefield, and you shall be mine. Maybe. Gosh. Maybe the leak was the return line. No idea. Okay, this is really getting annoying. This clamp may get destroyed. Oh, brother. Guess if maybe I really wanted to get serious, we could put the vice grips on it. What we really should do is bend that silly tab down to where I can squeeze it farther. Now, you are mine. Screwdriver. Pry bar. Screwdriver. Yep. Yep. You lose, I win. 1 power steering pump. See that? I have no idea what it says on it. Well, we're going to set it over here so if it leaks, it'll make a huge mess over there. Because we've already started making a... There is the stupid clamp. So I'm testing fate by sticking my finger in it to clean it out. Just put it in the bolt box too, maybe. Come on, get out there. Not sure I'm going to reuse that. Have better clamping options. Now, which may be the whole reason why that, hey look, more spacers. Those are disgusting. It's like they took tape, like masking tape, and they taped them all together and slipped them in there. This is a mess right here. Love to shoot a little bit of brake clean, which I think is on the ground right beside my feet. Look at that. In here. Kind of lubricate some of that scudge up. Gosh. What a mess. Gonna need more rags. Let's throw that in the bucket. More rag. Then get me some more blue. I got some blue ones over there. I need to go to the store and get me some more. I dripped power steering fluid all the way over there. Good gravy. I hope I don't have it all over me. A little more power this time. And for the record, brake clean, if you get it in your eye, it hurts. It burns for a little bit. Even if you get contacts, it burns for a little bit, but it doesn't seem to hurt you. At least that's been my experience. Not that I get it in my own purpose, Sometimes I'm gonna get something to scrape with. Where's my where's my scraper? Is that the one? I know y'all have seen me use this. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but a friend of mine, Jim Forbes, turned me on to using wood chisels for scraping gaskets one time. He was like, man, I use wood chisels when I need to clean gasket material off of something. And that is genius because it works great. Works 10 times better than trying to use one of those razor blades. Razor blades get caught and bend and snap and pop, and do all kinds of weird stuff. There's a lot of gunk built up on this. I'm making a mess down there, but clean it up. But the wood chisel is the bomb. Can't believe I just said that. Wood chisels rule. Thank you, Jim Forbes. Jim will probably never watch this because Jim has cool stuff of his own to play with. Met Jim through the forums many years ago. And bank shift. Bank shift was the one mainly. And he's built some cool cars over the years. It's probably his most noteworthy car is that 62 gasser, 63 gasser, Chevy 2 gasser. It's currently the giveaway car for Sick magazine. Sick the Mag is doing a giveaway car, and it's Jim's old car. It's an altered wheelbase. It's super cool. I mean, I think altered wheelbase cars are like so cool. I always like the Dodge one. But Jim built that car, drag and drive thing. It's all period correct. Fantastic rig. I got a picture of it out here in front of my office. When him and his buddy were going to drag week. One year they stopped by to say hi. More brake clean. Didn't get it in my eyes that time. Anyways, that's my Jim Forbes story. Met him on the forums, met him in person in 2011 on drag week. First year I did it. That was disgusting. Knows a lot of stuff. Knows a lot about a lot. Engineer type guy. You tend to know a lot about a lot. I don't know a lot about a lot. I know a little about a few things. And I do know how to make a mess. Should have done this part a while back because, well, kind of making a mess here, but I guess that really doesn't have to be super clean back in there. Because really, who's gonna ever see it? Not me. Not gonna mess with it. I'm done. Done with that part. Okay, power steering pump is off. We got that out of the way. Now I can take it. Now I can go get me a new pump because anytime you go do it, you gotta take your core with you. Or they charge you and then you gotta bring your core back later. And that's always a drag. Just trying to take it back. I'd rather just get it off, take it down there, and get another one. Take care of it all at once. Power steering fluid and tracked on the floor. All right. This has been a somewhat productive day. So I guess it's about time to finish up for today. Okay, that about does it for today for 30-minute mechanic. Kind of got our intake tube kind of figured out. I think that's kind of how I'm going to leave it. I'm going to kind of let it sit there, and I'll let it brew in my head a little bit. And maybe I'll leave it that way. Maybe I'll change it up. It's kind of how it works here. I do something, then I think about it for a little bit and go, yeah, maybe it could be better. But for now, that's in place. Got our power steering pump off. Now we can put a new power steering pump on. Maybe we won't drip fluid everywhere all the time. I wish I could replace this raccoon chomped end, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'd have to replace some oil hose, and I don't really want to mess with that. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Bye.